Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and we are about to talk Apollo ReMastered. You see, most of what the public perceives as NASA and our space program is in large part Hollywood magic, okay? That's what it is. It's really a distraction and an illusion for what is actually happening behind the scenes, and NASA is involved in not only space warfare with their blackjack program. Okay, there are other black programs that go well beyond that, other propulsion systems outside of rockets, but they are also very much a part of what transhumanism and psychological warfare. And the latest psych warfare that they are rolling out on the people is this idea that we're going to the moon again. We're going to the moon. We're sending the first black woman to the moon. Can you believe it? Finally, equity on the moon. Now, it doesn't matter that every other nation's space program has failed to go anywhere near the achievements of the alleged Apollo missions via rocket technology. Because now we are getting Apollo ReMastered, the book. Oh, remastered moments, right? And this versus the reality of what's really going on. For instance, we'll come back to that in just a moment. But Artemis was first canceled last week because of weather, supposedly. There were some lightning strikes. I mean, this thing is 32 stories high, this rocket. You see the very tip, the very tip of that? Like, that's all that's really doing it. And this thing is massive, massive. But now they say they found a fuel leak and it's been delayed yet another month. A full month. Take a look, everybody. Huh. Weird. We should have this technology down by now, right? And on this isn't even obviously this isn't a manned mission to moon. Manned mission to moon. No. We're going to put some dummies in there, and Snoopy's riding along. You can't make this shit up. That's how absurd it is. It's in the realm of the absurd. But in the public's mind, they're looking at telescope photos, all right, that are largely photoshopped. And now that's what you're seeing here is they're going to bring back 800. Oh, it says only 400. For some reason, I had read 800. So you're going to get 400 photos, by the way. And this is what murders me about this. We get 400, and here's some of the examples of the thing. It's like $60. I'm sure the digital version will be out there in the realm. Okay, so these are basically just photoshopped. Yeah, you can do oh so much in the processing, right? Here, they'll show you. But they're going to, again, show us. So here's an example of what they've done. They've taken this photograph right here and made this photograph out of it. So look, a lot of that is going to be artistic interpretation and recoloration. All right, period. There are 35,000 of these photographs. And by the way, get your questions and comments in because we're going to talk about this and whatever else you like at length. All right. And I want to point out that the public has seen very little of what the NASA program has produced. It is outed in Annie Jacobson's Area 51 that people that thought they were going to work for NASA as astronauts ended up working on black projects at that site. We have many other underground sites. Everybody discusses Area 51 and the desert. And look, they like remote locations. But to think that that's the only location they have is absurd. It's absurd. We got to stop acting like children, okay? And we also have to realize that space is absolutely weaponized, and that is a big part of this program. Now, I know there are so many out there that want me to go and say that I believe that the Earth is flat and that space is fake. That's not what I'm saying at all. All of that is a method, more of that psychological warfare to do what? To discredit this argument. And it's not a tough argument. All right, you look at these administrators over at NASA, such as Michael Griffin, and we'll get to Dennis Bushnell talking about actual space warfare via the Blackjack program we're going to briefly go over and review, right? But Michael Griffin is basically Central Intelligence Agency. And when you read these books on Area 51 and black sites and how the program works, the Central Intelligence Agency has its hands all over it. There's revolving door positions for these people. This guy brings in the Musker nuts. All right? NASA, Google, the Musker nuts. You know, Google, again, created by the Central Intelligence Agency, funded by Incutel, all right? Said it wasn't going to be evil, and then it partners with NASA in quantum supremacy, okay, and artificial intelligence. Meanwhile, Google's censorship is over the top. It's over the top. Period. And it's a technopoly. It owns YouTube, which many are watching this on. Its parent company, Alphabet, has many other companies outside of just YouTube and Google on top of that. They have Calico, the immortality division I talk about. But to bring in the Musker nuts here, I want to repeat, the guy increased his wealth over 600%. Bigger than Bezos, all right? Bigger than Gates. And he's being hailed as a hero as he challenges Putin to single combat, and then he arms the Ukrainians. Over 12,000 Starlink satellites now over there for not only communication systems amongst themselves, but amongst what? The drone warfare that they're carrying out. All right? He's in on the original digital money system with Peter Thiel, another guy that we need to constantly watch. He's pushing custom brain implants such as Neuralink that the establishment, the transhumanist establishment, is pushing to cure depression. Remember, all this stuff's going to help you, right? It's going to empower us, not enslave us, right? Come on. Space warfare, it's not new. It's been around since the 80s. And that's the other thing that these people don't understand. They'll tell you that Sputnik isn't real. In fact, let's go to Bushnell right now, 2018. He gets asked about Russian satellite systems, and he straight up tells you that he is defense intelligence and can't talk about it.
Is the Russian satellites that are moving in unknown and unusual paths. In other words, satellites are no longer just satellites, but now they are moving around in unknown and unexplained patterns. Can you comment on that and the evolution you see of satellites with that similar technology?
And the second one is the Russians apparently have satellites up there that I'll describe. They're moving in strange ways, and they're made up.
Look at that big smile. Oh, the satellites are moving in strange ways.
The normal satellites, maybe doing something different. So what's that all about?
No comment.
Oh, come on now. No. Killer satellites? Are they? No. Okay. All right. Sorry, Ty. What?
What he didn't tell you is I'm the NASA rep to the National Intelligence Council.
The National Intelligence Council. This guy is the dude. He's the decades-long bureaucrat that knows about this stuff. All right, and the system they're referring to is the Blackjack Project. Okay, Lockheed Martin. If you saw my broadcast today about from transgender to transhuman in the Transformers conference, you'll know the good people at Samsung and Lockheed Martin sponsored that event with the good people at the Washington Post, the Bezos media piece. Okay? So they tell you that they're launching this. They launch them together. DARPA launches this together, right, with SpaceX. All right? You understand how that works? SpaceX makes billions of dollars, not hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, because, again, they have the black contracts, too, that nobody talks about, to deliver military cargo around the world within an hour. All right? They're using Starlink for drones. 12,000 Starlinks in the Ukraine, by far the most concentrated area, period. You see it? And yes, they are using it to blow stuff up. I want to go through my entire life not taking part in any kind of technology that's outwardly killing anybody. That's just me. I'm a human being. And this is the guy that pushes sustainable homes, carbon credits, his Tesla was pushed as the electric car that they're all going for right now. They made him Time Person of the Year. He's not your friend. You understand? They not your buddy. Not your buddy, period. That's it. Like, you know, they're launching these things all the time. They launch the spy satellites all the time. Mandrake 2s on their Falcon programs. All right? So again, what we see from NASA and the gang is largely a Hollyweird illusion. It's aggrandized by what is promoted via media, motion pictures, television shows. And really, that all began with Kubrick and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Even our modern perceptions of what the space program is and what space travel is and what astronauts do has been shaped by that film in a way most of us consciously cannot imagine. So we don't even have 50 thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up. We're going to go to your questions, comments, and concerns. I want to remind everybody, without you, I can't do this. Consider buying me a coffee, $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. Thank you to the big donors out there. I want you to share the documentary films, and if you want to, make that premium subscription over at Rockfin, $9.99 a month or $99.99 for the year. And that way, you get to see all my stuff, especially the uncensored stuff and the stuff that's been taken down by YouTube. All right. 6 for 7, 69 to 62. I don't know what that means. DJ Jason B. Hey, Jason. Getsy again. Sorry I've been gone. Had surgery. Now on the mend. All right. Well, I hope you feel better. Jeez, we don't want... Oosh. We hope you feel better. Let's talk about interdimensional vampire. We're going to talk about some interdimensional demon vampire pedophilia. No, we're not. And look, the bottom line is that when we let's talk about interdimensional travel. Let's break that down for everybody. Okay? One, let's go with the interdimensional travel. Okay? So you got the interdimensional aspect of what they're telling you quantum computing is. They're pushing not only a metaverse on the outside, but the multiverse as the tool in which they're grabbing these infinite qubits, right? Infinite pieces of information, seeing quantum entanglement. In fact, it's Geordie Rose, I believe, who talks about other dimensions existing and that we're already piercing them. Now, I don't know whether any of that's true. But then again, I don't trust exactly what they say they're doing with the Large Hadron Collider, the larger collider they're building, what they've done underground. I don't necessarily trust that. What the public aspect of that is. So there's interdimensional. Let's get into the vampires. Now, first of all, the idea of drinking blood for power is an actual thing by conquerors and royal bloodlines based in Vlad the Impaler. So it's real in that sense. You know, it's not everlasting Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt vampires, right? It's not that. But that is real. And then now you have these people like Peter Nygard who were getting women, underage women, pregnant as young as 14, allegedly. We've covered the Nygard story. And then encouraging them to have abortions and then having stem cells injected in them. Wow. And then buying placentas from women. So there's that kind of thing. There's the Crowley-esque act of taking a virgin young boy, let's just say, and doing some bad things, and then at the height of climax, cutting that person's throat, sacrificing them, and then drinking that blood. That's where the kind of the idea of adrenochrome comes in. It's like this Crowley-esque ritual that was written about that supposedly is the most powerful form of sex magic. It's very odd that a lot of this technology comes out of things like the Bohemian Grove, aka the Manhattan Project, nuclear power, that the Google whistleblower guy is into Crowley and into chaos magic and says that his buddy at Google is a sentient being already. They've already created that AI. That's weird. You know, it go on more on the weird occultic aspect, but we want to go into the pedophilia, right? Franklin scandal is real. The call boys involved in Chevy Chase Elementary, the White House, and Barney Frank's home are real. That's all real stuff. A judge labeled Dennis Hassert a serial pedophile. That's real. Okay? The investigations into Ted Heath and others in the UK are real. Jimmy Savile is real. So, yeah. There you go. How about that, Bob? And rest in peace to the real Bob Saget. Sad. Van Allen radiation belt, enough said. I mean, you know, that's another thing that Bushnell talks about, is that we're going to have to space harden humans. And we've played it before in other interviews. He tells you that human beings aren't going to Mars, that robots will go to Mars. Okay, once we send the robots back for surveying and they come back, then we'll virtually make Mars and you can visit it via the metaverse. You see how that works? So again, it's Hollyweird perception. It's not reality. He's taken a break between filming Tron 3. Jason Bermas, has man walked on the moon? I don't believe that what we've seen from the Apollo missions are real. Now, have human beings been there? Very possible. I don't know. I would say that through other technologies of propulsion, maybe. But again, I don't think they're being straight up with what space is. They always talked about space being a vacuum. And then later on, in fact, they say that the moon is now part of Earth's atmosphere. The moon, we can't make this up. Part of Earth's atmosphere. All right. So now that's the official position. You can't, again, here it is. It said, by the Soho spacecraft over 20 years ago, led to the new discovery. So that's what they're telling you, that basically 240,000 miles or so in space is what they tell you, that the moon is actually in our atmosphere. Surprise! Earth atmosphere extends far beyond the moon. So wait a minute, it's not a vacuum? What's going on here? Just saying, they get to say whatever they want, whenever they want. And we just, yeah, sure. I was thinking X-Men Wolverine. We hear very little about China's lunar rover. Yes, we do. Very, very little. Brigade, we never went into space or to the moon. Let's see. Look Up. I haven't watched Don't Look Up yet. This makes me think of an Austin Powers scene. It's a... Oh. Let's see. Maybe low Earth orbit. Yeah, low Earth orbit. That's a reality. And that's pretty damn high up. So it's certainly most of the time outside of the naked eye. Just saying. Snoopy deserves his spot. Better safe than sorry. That money is crazy. Look, my point isn't that they should have set it up. My point is that it's not just safe or sorry. It's that the technology is clearly not there. It's clearly not where they say it is. Period. It's dangerous, in fact. It's expensive and dangerous, but they dare not roll out the other propulsion systems and energy systems that they have, because in turn, even though that stuff is weaponized, okay, it would empower the people too much. Period. Still no drones on the moon, but yeah. Murder. Sorry, I've been listening to this song from way back in the day while playing Saints Row 2, a game from way back in the day. Still no drones on the moon. It's so true. I feel like Artemis has been kept out of the news. Usually they play this kind of thing up more. I feel like it's going to fail. Sure sounds like it's going to fail. Ditto Keen, I'm still around, bro. You doing okay? Not a radiation belt. Firmament. The firmament. 61 watching, 18 likes. Yeah, how many likes we got? We got 65. Can we get 100? 138 people watching. Let's go. Good thing that solar flare today wasn't facing Earth. I didn't see it. But yeah, we should be worried about solar flares for sure. That's actually something that we could worry about. Let's see. Yeah, do they have the original negatives to show the 35,000 that the taxpayers should be allowed, especially at this point in the game? Try not to become a partisan zombie. Hell yeah, every day. I bet all those NASA money going to interdimensional pedos. Hello, Bermas. Nice top. This bad boy right here, you know, I threw this on. This thing is more than old enough to drink. I think I got this thing in 97 or 98. This is as old school as it gets, still as cozy and soft as the day I bought it. My girlfriend has stage 4. If I recall properly, you covered a local news segment of someone claiming they got better with something that was a vitamin. It was a dewormer, and it's the Joe Tippins protocol, and you can look that up. Look for cancer on my page, but you can just look up Joe Tippins. Fenbenzidol is the medication they suggest. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you anything more than that. I'm not making the claims, but certainly I would go check out Joe Tippins, okay? And fenbenzidol especially. All right, Mark? Hopefully that can help you out. Jason, is the magnetosphere decreasing? I'm not smart enough to know, but I do know this, that back in the day, so many people were predicting that the poles were going to shift, the magnetic poles, and that was the 2012 prediction, and it was going to change everything, and I said that was Johnny Nonsense, and guess what? It was Johnny Nonsense. Flat Earth is well poisoning. Thank you, Tiger Wood. It's funny how the Earth kind of reacts to incoming threats. Yeah, weird. It's almost like we have this collective consciousness, and it's almost like there's a force outside of our realm that's granted us free will. Maybe we'll call it a deity. But once again, I'm not here to preach to you, and I'm certainly not here to tell you what religion's out there. But let it be known that these people want to eradicate God from the conversation. Because if they're going to space harden humans and genomically dictate what our species is, they can't have you thinking of a higher power or even a eternal soul, right? Your consciousness has to be something else as they push their transhumanist nightmare. Put that out there. Pigs in space. Yes, there's a lot of straw manning going on, for sure. It's 1,000% non-rotating flat plane, and the sun and moon are in our atmosphere. Do we have a rover on Mars? Great question. Now, listen, I've seen all this stuff, guys. Like, for instance, I've seen the training facilities that have been exposed on Google Earth up in the Nordic regions. I've seen all of that. I'm saying this is my position. Okay? In large part, and if not in full, all right, what the public perception of the space program, space itself, and extraterrestrials, alien life is Hollyweird magic and really military-industrial complex propaganda. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to everybody. Hamza Mir, thank you so much, my friend. You should try to get Taylor on your show, Jason. I just heard she got Hungarian citizenship, and she is tweeting every day how the globalists are scared of Oberon, and he's doing an amazing job. Plus, she got married. Congratulations to her. Moon landing is fake, and Antarctica is fake. I should reach out to Taylor Hudak. I didn't know any of that stuff. Good for her. Let's see. Filmed in a Hollywood basement. Space may be the final frontier, Duke. Kubrick. The push to leave, or making it look like that, is for all humans. It's just money funded and used other places like underground cities. There's a Hollywood basement on the moon. I'm out here near Fort Huacha, a base that has some really weird stuff going on. I knew something was up when Google said, "Don't be evil." Astronauts Gone Wild. That's a good one. That's a good if you can watch Astronauts Gone Wild, it's a fun documentary to watch. I believe it, John. The elites know something. Smoke and mirrors. Occult, Illuminati, and NWO Media review Mars rover is roving Greenland. Let's see. And they're shadow censoring this chat as we speak. I mean, it's hard to get traction on this channel. We all know it. If you've been around for the Bermas Brigade for a while, that's not made up. I need those thumbs up. I need those subscriptions over at Rockfin. I need that financial support over at Buy Me a Coffee. I'm going, I'm going in, what is it, October, third week of October. I'll be in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm going to be bringing my transgender to transhuman presentation to that. And, you know, we did over a half an hour today. Okay, we did over a half an hour today, and I got to break that down in less than 15 minutes on these things and try to be as powerful as possible to open new minds. Hamza, again, thank you so much. Rumble took down Dr. Boyce Watkins, and AM Wake Up are demonetized. Are they fully demonetized? And they took down Ryan's video. Rockfin is the answer. Well, we're on Rumble as well. I did Ryan Christian's pay show. So if you are a paying member, you get all the pay stuff. The Last American Vagabond. You can subscribe to me. You get his stuff. That should be up today. If it's not, I would imagine it'll be up tomorrow. But we didn't talk about it on the show, but we talked about it before the show. And we had a really good conversation. And I love The Last American Vagabond. I love what Ryan Christian does. I'm trying to get this word out to as many people as possible because it's got to go beyond left and right. Period. Has to happen. Let's see. China has a lunar rover. Yeah, for like over a decade, I think, at this point, right? Close to that. Love the show, Bermas. Would love to see you interview Bart Sabrell sometime. I would love to. He has a lot of new info to share. He was on Sean Stone not too long ago. Huh. Sean Stone. Okay. And I've had Sean Stone on the program. I do need to do that because I watched his stuff years ago. And he's an interesting guy. Maybe it's time that Bart and I had the chat. We got another Tipsky and Hutch over at the Rockfin. Jacob, thank you so much. Amazing work. Can you try getting on the Jimmy Dore show? Let's see. If he branded Rogan to set a date, Occupy DC, we could win. If he banded with Rogan. Let me say this. I'd love to go on the Jimmy Dore show. I don't ask to go on programs. I would love to talk to Jimmy Dore about a plethora of things. 9/11's coming up. I'd love to talk about him about the Pakistani-Israeli involvement, all right, the cover-up, Mueller, especially Joe Biden and him in respect to 9/11, all those things. I'd love to talk to him about transhumanism. I'd love to talk to him more about signature reduction. Okay? It's really time for, everybody to get rid of these political labels. It's the battle for humanity. Buckle up. I watched you yesterday on Alex Jones. It wasn't yesterday, it was today, but thank you so much, Fadi. Melon Musk. The International Space Station is proof they all work for the devil. Buzz punching Bart is classic. Not real unless government approved. Musk's hairline was unfortunate. NASA, not a space agency. Clown world. Oh, that's a big jump right there. Didn't do this. Let's see what we got here. We're going back up and up and up, up, up. Let's see. Where are we going here? Way up. There we go. We're right there. Let's see. What is Musk's hair secret? Money. Billions of dollars. Military contracts. Occult priestess, how we doing? Jason, I want you to do transhumanism red pill, the gays against groomer in an epic interview. I should get the gays against groomers crowd on the program and talk about how this agenda is really, it's not just, see, that's the thing. It's not just about grooming your kids. It's not just about population control and ending the family unit and getting you to buy into the system. All that's there. But it really is about ushering in the idea that they are going to take hold of human evolution. In fact, we didn't play this part of Bushnell's clip. Here's where he tells you the brain chips, over 200,000 people already have them. All right, this is in 2018. This is the chief scientist at NASA. And he lets you know Musk's a part of it, right? And he's letting you know the natural evolution of everything is over. Human beings have taken that over. That's what these black sites are doing. This is transhumanism. Believe the hype. Here we go.
Humans are now becoming cyborgs. We have cochlear implants to hear, artificial retinas to see, artificial hearts to live, artificial limbs to move, artificial organs to functions, and brain chips. There's a couple 100,000 people wandering around with brain chips now to fix congenitally defective brains and increasingly to fix memory and other things. DARPA's working on brain chips for super soldiers. And people are now working, thanks to Musk and other people, funding on direct machine-brain communications. It's not us versus them, us versus the machines. We're merging. And this is the human evolution of the humans. There is no more natural evolution of anything.
Natural evolution is over.
People are convinced that the human evolution of everything is 10 million times faster than any natural evolution. And so this is just part of the human evolution of the humans.
And everything else. Every species. And, you know, we played the guy talking about trans species. In fact, let's just bring that up. He's trans species, everybody. He's got a device attached into his skull that can absorb digital information and feel colors. And by the way, not in this clip, but if you watch my watch along, he's actually hooked in to the ISS feed. Trans species.
Have, but that humans don't have. So we are in a stage in history that we can actually design what species we want to be. I consider myself a trans species because I'm adding senses and organs that other species have. And you can add many, many more senses that other species have and organs that other species have. And we'll start seeing this in the 20s because it's now growing. It's happening underground. There's already many surgeons that are willing to do the surgery anonymously in the same way that in the 50s and 60s, transgender operations were being done a bit underground. Now cyborg surgeries are being done a bit underground. But in the end, bioethical committees will also accept that cyborg surgeries should be allowed for everyone that wants to extend their perception of reality, at least to the level of.
So do you see that? You see what I'm talking about? Transgender, underground, from transgender to transhuman. If you didn't catch my presentation today on the Alex Jones Show in the 4th hour, I'd really encourage you to. Let's keep going down the line. Look at the Space Force symbol upside down. It really looks like a goat's head with a pentagram above it. I haven't seen the Space Force thing. I'll have to take a look. Yikes. Hair Club for Musk. I see hovering satellites that move slowly and disappear. Rails from God. Directed energy weapons are a real thing. They have a blast wave accelerator. A blast wave accelerator in that future warfare document. In fact, let me see if I can find the blast wave accelerator. They even have a diagram of it. There it is right here. Yeah, look at that. I was able to get it on the first try. So again, this is the type of thing that he talks about, these weapon systems, a blast wave accelerator. Okay? You get it? Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go right here. Global precision strikes on the cheap. No barrel, 200-foot notched rails, sequentially detonated, distributed energy, excellent stealth, no plume, affordability, ferocity, reaction time, survivability, recallability, effectiveness. Okay? So they were working on this stuff 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And again, let's take a look at it. I'm sorry. Those are the UAVs. But yeah, blast wave accelerators. How about that? Glad somebody... See, this is why we do the Ask Me Anythings. Okay? Let's see. The one with the rocket. More some Hair Club for Men jokes. NASA plus T equals Satan. Satan. Occult, Illuminati, and NW Media. I keep reading your name. I'm sorry. NASA in Hebrew means deceit. When all you do is criticize others, when people make it their entire shtick. Who does that? Let's see. Hair Club for Musk. Oh, that's Musk does a lot of that? Yeah, he does do a lot of criticizing others. And it is a shtick. So Earth is going to have a Musk shield around it. How nice. Why do you think Musk is using old tech for his rockets instead of anti-gravity stuff that the Navy has? Because he's part of the... Listen, because Carooster, the rockets take the weapons and the satellites into space. Period. All right? And that's the public stuff. So he's part of the show. That's my biggest contention. That if he's telling you that rocket technology has taken us to the moon and Mars, it's ridiculous. All right? It's ridiculous. We need to call it out. They want 2 blocks. They want to block out the sun as well. Solar radiation management. Can we Google Earth watch the Warzy? I'm not sure if you can. I hope not. Brain chips for all. He's a front. NW review. That's wild. Let's see. Body found in Memphis. What's that? I don't know anything about a body found in Memphis. They love to shove it right in our face. Geoengineering and the EMPs. Thumb it up. 2001, like 9/11. Let's see. Dang, only 11 likes. How many? We got over 100 likes, but we could use more. I'm not contracted with blackjack. It's society believes in Santa with space travel. Let's see. Woot woot. That stuff is flat. Neil deGrasse Tyson. They love that. How much anxiety did Jason just dump on everyone? LOL. I try not to dump too much anxiety on anybody. CERN portals. Let's see. Don't forget New Jersey Holdings, Jeffrey Epstein, friend Swarm Technologies. I suspect humans can survive away from Earth like bees can't survive away from Earth like bees bound to the hive. Yo, is Alex a CIA plant? No. Look, man, no one's perfect. Alex Jones isn't a perfect human being. All right? He's not a CIA plant as far as I know. I mean, how could I be 100% certain of anything? But I don't think at all. If Alex Jones is a CIA plant, why do I get basically a free hour every once in a while to do whatever I want? No one tells me what to do. I want to make that extremely clear. Nobody tells me what to do or what to cover. That's the strength of the show. We cover a lot of what nobody else is covering. Just saying. The interdimensional travel is real, just soul-wise. Musk equals scum. Hey, Jason. Love the AJ impression. Eva and Eric, thank you. People are laughing. Aztecs and Mayan sacrifice in the thousands. Do you have the ability to contact Robert Barnes to be a guest on Viva and Barnes? I'm going to say it again to people. I don't ask to go on shows. Unless, like I tried to get on the Kim Iverson show because she put out a tweet talking about somebody talking about the trans issue with children, and I wanted to talk about how it was really transhumanism, so I sent out a tweet. That's about as far as I'll go. I don't ask to go on shows. I'd love to go on that show as well. I'll go on any show that I'm asked to go on. All right, especially when they're, that big, trying to reach more people. What's the deal with Alex Jones? He's an imperfect human being who has been dealing with this information for a long time. And, he's been a conduit for it. So really, you'd have to ask Alex Jones what the deal is with Alex Jones. But as far as my world, again, we've had our ups and downs. There's no doubt about that. But he's given me amazing opportunities in the world of talk radio, in the world of documentary films, in the world of broadcasting, and continues to do so. So, again, thank you, Al. I'm glad. I've always said this. Even when I disagreed with InfoWars or somebody on there, I don't want InfoWars to go away. We need more media outlets. All right? Overall, it's been an extremely positive force. F this robot dude. I seen this last night and raged like look Thor. Let's see. We're emojiing. Okay. What's your view on the OTO? Now, is that the OTO? I'm pretty sure you're talking about almost like Da Vinci's Code stuff, right? Outside of the Vatican, or is that the Satanist group with a keynote? I think actually that might be the Satanist group with a keynote. Look, every time you start looking at high-level technology, it's always got an occult flavor. A lot of these people are dark Satanists, and when you look at psychological warfare, it relates heavily to satanic ritual abuse. That's what I'll say about that. Says in the Bible to not drink blood. I'm not big on the drinking the blood. Adrenochrome is real. Well, adrenochrome is certainly referenced in Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing for sure. It's a real reference. That would be sweet. Marina Abramovich. Bob Saget and Norm Macdonald. Who's next? Who knows? Leon Black, Jimmy Seville. I got a little in the OTO. They will all go when their contact is up. A deal with the devil. NASA is a hell no. And then there's a hey there, JB. Hinckley never got his own plane. What's that mean? Hinckley never got his own plane. Nazi base on the dark side of the moon. It's funny. I mean, again, it's said in Area 51, or I'm sorry, it's in Operation Paperclip. Another great book by Annie Jacobsen. That one of the Nazis was claiming that they were sending astronauts to the moon and back. Yeah, again, that's the claim in there. I don't necessarily, it didn't sound plausible. I haven't looked at the document, but I bet you the document's real. And I would imagine one of those guys said that. Throwing it out there. Let's see. And Jodie Foster was never that hot. We live in an enclosed system. The sun and the moon are in our atmosphere. Huge CME today. Not Earth-facing. Galactic current sheet incoming. Let's see. The northern lights are amazing. I have seen them in Michigan. It's not 240,000 miles. Come on, I'm saying that's what they say. That's the alleged number. Right? It was 237 around the time of Kubrick and The Shining. Hint, hint. Look up Hibbler Productions, Shaking My Head Productions, Eric Dubé. I've seen all the stuff, guys. I've seen it all. Seen it all. Seen it all. Mars missions aren't filmed on Devon Island in Northern Canada. I've had that Saints Row 3 song stuck in my head before. Bounce like my checks did back in the day. That's actually from Saints Row 2. Saints Row 3 has them singing Sublime together. That's another great game. Those are fun games. If you're looking to just destroy everything and be a terrible person, but in a comical manner, you can't beat it. I think they are hiding the fact that humans can't survive separated from Earth. I think Ginger Spice used to wear that top. Oh, well, color me Spice Girls. All right, I'm not. There's some words up there. I think it's about time that we're gonna wrap this broadcast. I don't even want to say because we don't want to get this banned or people trying to get it banned. Folks, thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Remember, all my documentary films are free. Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, Shade the Motion Picture, Fabled Enemies, and Loose Change Final Cut. You can watch them on Rockfin. They're over on Rumble as well. You want to support this broadcast, please consider buying me a coffee. $5, $10, $15. Big donations. It's how we do this thing. Listen, I don't get paid to go. This video was banned from YouTube. We're going to put this in the comments section. This is my first presentation. I put my second presentation up on YouTube. But look, these things cost me big cash. I got one coming up. Honestly, it's pretty economically taxing. So whatever anybody else out there can do to help, we really appreciate it. And like I said, we give away everything on our Rockfin. Tons of stuff that's been censored on YouTube and elsewhere. But if you do hit that subscribe button, you get my content, you get The Last American Vagabond, you get Whitney Webb, and so many other great creators. Guys, it's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong. I love you, and I'll see you all on the flip side.